This is Sean. Welcome back to the American Soccer Coach. Now, the news has been broke that there's going to be no developmental academy. And so now what it sounds like is what we're going to have is a league with MLS teams, with MLS clubs. And there's going to be teams in this that are non-MLS. So I'm guessing here, maybe some former development academy clubs, maybe some USL academies, they end up combining with MLS and making this league. They definitely said it's not only going to be MLS, but I'm sure that they will, all the MLS clubs will be doing this league, and then they'll just add teams from there. Now, one of the things that I previously highlighted this in another video, one of the things that we could do to make youth soccer so much better here, and I'm specifically talking with the MLS academies here, just because they have a path to the professional game at the highest level, the first division. One of the things that we can do to make youth soccer so much better here is not having homegrown territories. And I know I talked about this a little bit earlier, but what I mean by this is, for example, if you're in Texas, you can only play, like say you're in Houston, you can only play for the Houston Dynamo Academy in MLS. You can't play for Sporting Kansas City or Inter Miami or DC United. So if Houston Dynamo do not think you're going to be good enough to make a team, or you don't fit their style of play, whatever it is, that is the only MLS academy that you could play for. So what are your options? What are your options now? Your option is to play for another development academy. You can play a youth club that's non-development academy, or you can maybe go outside of the country. Maybe you go to Europe, or you go to South America or Mexico. But obviously it's going to be harder to do that. Even if you go to Europe, the earliest you can go is 16 years old, and that's if you can get an EU passport. If not, you're probably looking at 18. And at 18, 16, 17, 18, those are critical development years. So if you do not have homegrown territories, and I still think that even without homegrown territories, if you're in Kansas City, the first place you're going to look for players is around the Kansas City area. After that, obviously, if you have good scouting, if you're able to put money into your academy, yeah, why can you not go find a player in New York? Why can you not find a player in LA? Why can you not find a player in Dallas? That's the way I look at it. And obviously, we're going to give more players options if we do that. But also, I mean, even with LA having 2 MLS teams, even with New York, New Jersey area having 2 MLS teams, obviously these clubs still have a significant advantage when it comes to developing youth players. Why do they have an advantage? They're the 2 largest cities in the country. They're, in my opinion, probably the 2 best soccer hotbeds in the country, the New York, New Jersey area, the Southern California area. I would put Texas, right up there as well. So these areas with big populations, with good, relatively decent weather, with soccer being hotbeds in those areas, yeah, they're going to have more success on average than maybe somebody like Columbus or Kansas City or Portland. And so if you're able to open up the country, and that's really what any other country does. I know that we are different. We're different because our country's huge. But I mean, if you look all around the world, you have kids that live in Paris that go and train in Normandy, and they'll play with like Le Havre. Or you have kids from Marseille that decide not to play for Marseille, and they go to PSG or Monaco's academy. And again, I know that the size of our country makes us a little bit different, but almost anywhere in the world, this is what you have. And obviously you're not going to do it unless the coaches want the player, unless the player wants to be there, unless the parents support the move as well. So that is what I think would help development in this country a lot. What it comes down to me is we need to make sure that players have options. Players have options. Scouts are being able to do their job. MLS academies are willing to spend money in getting the best players in our country, because ultimately, like I've previously said in the video, that is what gets us closer to our goal, qualifying for the World Cup, eventually, obviously round of 16, quarterfinal, semifinal, the final. The only way we're going to get to this long-term goal is by able to make sure that we're able to develop the best young players. Those players are going to be able to develop at a higher level if they have multiple options, and they're obviously put in a position where they can get good education from good coaches. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think about the video.